So guys, there has been a lot of excitement for this bike from the very start, the BSA Goldstar 650. But there have been two underlying issues or controversies with this bike. Uh, First is, why only a single cylinder? 650cc, that is a big displacement, but why only a single cylinder? And the other one is, why only a 5 speed? I guess we're living in 2024. Why are you giving a 5 speed motorcycle in this day and age? So, guys, we're gonna address both of the issues in this video today. And if you talk about these two things, these two aspects, I would say yes and no. Some of the aspects of this thing make sense, and the others might not make sense. So, let's start with the engine. So, what we're talking about here, a single cylinder motorcycle in a market where everything is twin cylinder. When you talk about a 650, why is that? BSA is really serious about continuing their legacy. The DB34 used to be a single cylinder motorcycle. It used to be 500cc. Now, why they tried a 500cc model when they were developing this motorcycle, but then they thought that because now it's BS5, BS6, now the Euro 6 emissions are ongoing, you cannot get that sort of power from a 500cc. The displacement has to be more to get the same amount of horsepower. So they have increased the displacement, but they have stuck with the single cylinder ethos. They wanted to keep it very original. You take another example, for example, a Royal Enfield Interceptor. It used to be a twin cylinder back in the day. So BSA wanted to do the same thing. They wanted to follow their ethos. The DB34 was single cylinder. This is a single cylinder. Now, for everybody, I mean, a twin cylinder always doesn't make sense. Some people like the sound of a single better than the twin cylinder. So they wanted to keep the concept very original. The other reason why they have gone for a single cylinder is that they've able to keep the profile of the bike very narrow. So the handling characteristics, and especially what I've felt, while you're at a standstill, this is a much easier motorcycle to handle compared to an Interceptor, which is of course the most famous rival for this bike, which is a twin cylinder. So all these aspects they've kept in mind, and they're sticking to their guns. They want to keep it single cylinder. They've kept it single cylinder, and it is a very modern single cylinder. Don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, when you say that it's a single cylinder, maybe some people are getting turned off. It's a double overhead cam engine. It's liquid cooled. It is a more modern engine compared to the Interceptors, so they are not holding anything back. And so some people might like it, some people might not like it, but if you are into a character of an old school British bike, which many of them used to be single cylinder, especially the Goldstar, you will love that. The engine is amazing. Of course, at a standstill, it might have vibes because, of course, it's a single cylinder. You cannot do anything about it. They have given it a counterbalancer, but still, you will get the vibes. And but once you are at 80 or 100, 120 kilometers per hour, I feel the vibrations are very much acceptable. They do come down compared to the vibration at a standstill. So, guys, the other aspect that we're going to be covering is the why is this bike a 5 speed. Now this, again, I would say okay, but not okay as well. Yes and no. While you are covering ground in the city conditions before 110 or 100 kilometers per hour, I think the 5 speed gearbox is enough. The gearbox itself is very smooth. The clutch action is very light, especially compared to the Interceptor, and you don't feel any need for a 6 gear in terms of the city application of the bike. But once you get over 100, 110, where you really want to settle down, you want the vibes to come down. You do. I will say you do miss the 6 gear. They should have given it 6 gear. They have done so much for this bike. I mean, almost the whole bike is developed in the UK, where originally the BSA brand was established. The whole bike is developed there. They should have given it 6 gears. I mean, guys, this is 2024. Come on, man. So, but again, I would say the gearbox is very slick. Clutch action is very light. There's a lot of torque. The 5 gears that they have given it, they're very well spaced, so you get a lot of torque all the time. It is a very torquey motor, and it's very tractable, very tractable, especially with the engine and the combination of the gearbox. But we would have loved to seen a 6 gear, and let's say maybe in the future they're going to be coming up with a 6 gear. And so guys, that's my take on both of the issues that people have been facing, and people are coming up with this issue that it's a new bike, this should have had a single twin cylinder. I would say a single cylinder is good enough. When you talk about the character of the bike, it if you are into your single cylinders, if you are into your history, you will love this engine. It's a very characterful engine. The gearbox box could have been better. It could have been a 6 speed. So guys, this is me signing off. Like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.